Well, Blue Week continues, and we are doing exactly what I said we'd be doing, playing mono blue decks. This time around it's going to be Battlemage. As I said before, these lists are basically identical with only swapping out 4 cards each time. In this case, we've traded out Sorcerer's Negations and High King Emmerich for Sentinel Battlemace and Merrick. And I don't necessarily think this is correct, but it's what we're doing. In fact, you could argue Merrick does not belong in a list like this, but I just have this secret love affair with Merrick, so we're going to do it anyway. And, I mean, Battlemace is a great card, and it certainly helps with some of your ward creatures getting more value out of Daggerfall, getting more value out of something like Breton Conjurer is fantastic. So, you know, I don't think that 3 of them is necessary. In fact, Battlemage is one of those lists where you can do the mono blue version, but let's be honest, like just traditional mid Battlemage is going to be significantly better than this list, at least in my opinion, but we're still going to give it a go. And right out of the gate, we're up against a warrior opponent named Smash Face. Well, we want to trigger prophecies if they're smashing our face, so we'll ship that back. The rest looks pretty good. Wonder if this is Post Malone. Post Malone said he likes to play like an aggressive warrior list. Maybe he's secretly Smash Face. Though with the recent album dropping, I suspect he's probably too busy to be playing right now, but who knows? I'm currently filming this at 1 a.m. So the chances of him being as much of an insomniac as I am might be pretty high. Alright, so they developed that. We got a couple of options here, Manic Jack or Cunning Ally. I think Cunning Ally makes the most sense, but we're going to do it here. We don't want to give them the value trade, but if they trade in here, then Firebolt finishes it, and if they don't trade, and let's be honest, with a name like Smash Face, I think they're going face, then we can trade in and Firebolt. So, that's the current game plan.
The battle shall be ours. Score
Oh ho ho! They made a liar out of me. Okay, well, just gonna break this rune. Let's go ahead and get this in, and then we have a decision to make. We have a decision to make. So theoretically, Manic Jack means that they would need to play something else. So they'd have to play like Morkel Gatekeeper to make the trade. But that would also use our last ring charge. I think that we're just going to go with the Harpy here. I could go either way. Like, Luzra also does the same thing. They'd have to spend a resource. As you can see, they had the 1 damage. So it puts us a little bit on our back foot.
I have you now.
We're going to just continue trying to take control of the field lane in this back and forth affair. Now, we do have things like Sentinel Battlemace to take advantage of. Oh, they are on the full orb action, huh? Okay. Well,
behold my magnificent monster.
I actually don't think we want to play the mutation here. And the reason that we don't want to do that is because if that gave us guard, we lose out on some potential value there. Like right now we're only fearing a 2nd stone shard.
I will keep
actually it's arguable. Maybe we should have just preemptively put lesser ward there, because then that would have also protected against that. Yeah, see? Alright, I got punished for a misplay. This would have been a 4-4. And now we have nothing. My opponent is just a big fat liar is what it comes down to, because I thought I was playing against somebody who is named Smash Face for a reason, but turns out that is not the case. As my eyelashes continue to tangle and tickle me.
We must protect our stronghold.
Oh, and they had the other archer. Alright, well, we are going to get absolutely stomped by this orc player. I mean, there's like no in between. This is going to be a beating.
Right behind you.
All because of my misplay. Well, not all because. Like, let's be honest. We were still going to be pretty far behind, even if I would have been able to protect my Manic Jack. Like, we would have been able to make the 1 trade. but they've just got a number of threats, and we didn't. We had a bit of a bricked hand, you know?
Cower in fear or face my wrath.
They get the dragon tail back, and that's lethal, right? Yeah, okay,
Still
so
and stone,
bravo,
still
sir.
and stone,
Smash face
still and stone.
absolutely
The battle
smashed our
shall be
face.
ours. You're going down.
And so we will move on to the next one. Yeah, misplay by me. Should have played the Lesser Ward to protect the Manic Jack. But overall, they just had better creatures. They were playing things on curve. The Battle Mace would have been much better being a negation, so we're already seeing a difference in the utility between today's video and yesterday's video. Like I said, I think for the mono blue lists, I think the Battle Mage is probably the worst, because the other classes, I think, just utilize the set better, right? I think Negation and Hiking Emmerich fit far better into the mono blue setup. Battle Mage just really benefits from cards like Skaven Pyromancer, Rapid Shot, Cradle Crush Giant, because you get all those self-trigger wards. But then in the other classes, you can do other things, right? So like when we go to Assassin, which will be later in the week, you get Blackhand Messenger and Queen. Queen gives you some drain, helps shore it up. Queen also gives you access to another way to provide guard, right? It's just like Baron, so it can trigger your Manic Jack, give your warded creature guards to get in the way of other aggressive players, right? Like, it just does good things. Blackhand Messenger can give you drain. It's also a great carrier for some of your items. Blackhand Messenger can also self-trigger Breton Conjurer and so forth. So Assassin makes sense in the mono blue list. Similarly, Mage, when we get there, Iron will give you another shot at your actions. It can be something as simple as Lesser Ward, or something as amazing as Mighty Conjuring, and then we also run the Dragon Knights, which again, fantastic card. But the Maces,
Out of my sight.
let's try to defend this a little bit better. You know, the Maces and Merrick are just not enough. So this is easily, in my opinion, the weakest of the bunch that we're going to play this week. So alright, so this will be a decent Baron here. It is our last ring charge, but I do think it's correct, because it means that Daggerfall here gets to make this value trade off the board, and just lets us further snowball this field lane. And then if they continue to contest, we can turn right back around with Battle Mace. So this will be one of those times where Battle Mace potentially is pretty good for us. Curious to see if they slap down this battalion. And they do, and we are okay with that.
Garland pox. Out of my sight.
So we get a couple of tomes. We also have that Satanine we're sitting on, so we're doing much better this game. Snowballing the way blue was intended to. And I suspect they're like some kind of mid-rangey Daggerfall, and so that's why they're kind of struggling with what to do at the moment, because they also are a deck that's likely designed to snowball. Oh, I guess I'm wrong. Treeminder, of the cards I was not expecting to see, Treeminder was one of them. Interesting. That means we actually might need to worry about cards like Ice Storm. They're running Treeminder. There's a chance they might be running something like Ice Storm, and so that is very relevant. We'll take this trade here. And because, again, we're a bit worried about Ice Storm, I think we're going to do this. Just push for a ton of damage. Get this in here. And we'll just go ahead and ward this. Now, we get punished for something like Fell the Mighty, for example, but really protects from Ice Storm, helps protect from charge, etc., etc. If they don't have, like, if they have Ice Storm, then they just lose. And since they don't have Ice Storm, this is more likely to survive, and we know that that will also win with Satanine Courier in our hand. So overall, this Lesser Ward I think is a great proactive play. It's the sort of thing that I should have done with Manic Jack last game, and I ultimately lost as a result. So yeah, this is just going to be a victory here, unless they have a 1-drop that stops us. This is an easy trade in with Baron, and then you just skip. Well, we don't even skip the room because this breaks it. So that is that. We had a lot of extra reach there as well. So we dropped the first game. Might have just been a loss in general, but I also made a pretty big misplay. So bit of a downer there, but we didn't lose both of them. We went 1-1, and so if you made it this far, I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Until next time, may you walk on warm sands.